What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Barbecue Bourbon and Blues. I'm your guy, the host, Khalid Word, along with my brother
I'm Skip,
of Word Brothers Barbecue.
the bourbon and cognac king, as they call me.
That is him. That is him. And today on the show, we got an email not too long ago requesting us to do salmon. So we're going to get into some salmon today. As you can see, I've already done a little things to it. I've pre-salted it already. So, can you get it? All right, so we're gonna get into this salmon, and today we're gonna cover that. But first, as usual, we're gonna get into our bourbon tasting. Today I also have my sister with me, Kamika. And she's gonna come in, and we gonna taste this larceny. So Skip, tell them about the larceny, man.
Hey, how y'all doing today? We gonna taste some of this larceny. Well, actually, I've already started on it already.
His check.
As you can see, Saturday is payday. So when I got over here, I'll start working on my check to definitely give you guys a good review of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the price point is not bad. It maybe runs from maybe $25 to $30 is larceny. It's made by I think it's Heavenly Hill is actually the Heaven Hill, yeah. Acquired is the distillery on it. All right, you get a nice amber rose color on it. When you taste it, you get like a you smell like a sweet array of summer fruits. So like oranges, peaches, apricot. And it got little cinnamon notes and actually a little bit of a sugarcane hit. Now, when you drink it, you can taste that cinnamon and sugar, maple right at the end. It's smooth. I love it. And it's definitely, as we say, price to move.
It's price to move.
Yeah, so we're going to get into this tasting.
All right.
Well, somebody going to get shortchanged.
I guess it's gonna be
That will not be me.
It's gonna be sis. You getting shortchanged
Don't
today because
shortchange me.
Somebody
he
gonna get
already
shortchanged.
started on his check. So as you can see, it's already. He started on that early this
Hey, don't
morning.
jip me.
That's enough for it, man. That's enough. All right. So, as I said, today we're gonna cover salmon, and we're gonna cover the larceny. Look at him.
It's all, ain't no use in saving that a little bit, man.
That's what in the bourbon world. That's what we call bottle kill right there. So we just get ready to kill this bottle, and we're gonna get into this bourbon tasting. Now, I also want to give a shout out real quick to my homeboy Derek Allison for hooking us up with these Pappy Van Winkle cigars.
Definitely.
Want to give a shout out to Derek. We really appreciate you. We're gonna get into these on the Pappy episode. We're gonna get into these as well. All right. So I'm gonna set this down, and we're gonna get back into our bourbon tasting. All right. Larceny. Drinking it neat. I can smell it too, man. It smells good, just like what you said, man.
Nice and smooth.
It's smooth. What you think about it, sis?
It's real nice. It has real smooth. You do taste the notes at the end. That mapley. It's like a maple oak kind of flavor. It's really nice. Very smooth. Dig that.
Maple oak. I like it. I'm gonna take me another sip. All right. Take me another sip. Oh, he
I
killed
killed
it.
mine. It's just a shot, man.
Lush.
Well, I like sipping my bourbon.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get into the salmon, but we're gonna do it in a few minutes. I'll catch you in 1 second. Thank you for tuning in. Barbecue Bourbon and Blues with the Word Brothers.
And sis.
All right, we're back with Barbecue Bourbon and Blues. We're getting ready to get into this salmon, okay? So the first thing you want to do with the salmon, I bought the whole fillet. As you can see, you want to get it and you want to dry it off, okay? So I'm going to start on the back side. I'm going to start on the back side before I even put it on my cutting board. I'm going to grab me some paper towels and I'm going to dry this off real good on the skin side, okay? You don't want that moisture because that moisture is what makes it stick to your grill, okay? So you want to get as much moisture as you can off of the fish, all right? So I patted it dry on the back side. Now I'm about to get it on the cutting board and we're gonna dry the meat side, okay? All right. So I have it on the cutting board. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take my paper towels and I'm just gonna pat it dry as much as I can. Now, what you wanna do is, before you even get to this point, like I always say, I do a little prep work beforehand. So what I did beforehand was I took it, I rinsed it off, and I salted it, all right? Because you want to draw that moisture, you want to draw that moisture out and get some flavor in, okay? So I've salted it. It's been salted and sitting for an hour, okay? 1 hour. Worst case scenario is you salt it, pre-salt it, and leave it for 10 minutes, and then dry it off. But you have to be very careful when you do it that way, because it'll still have that moisture and it could possibly stick to your grill, okay? So you want to get it on at least an hour or a day in advance, all right? So I'm drying it off now, and now we're gonna get to cutting it, making us some good salmon fillets, okay? Some salmon pieces. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get my knife, since it's dry, and I'm gonna cut off the thin pieces, okay? This thin piece right here, it will overcook if you leave it on with the thicker end. So you want to get rid of that. You also want to get rid of this little tail piece, this little piece right here, the end of the fillet. You want to get rid of that, okay? You can smoke it, but it's gonna come off quicker. And if you leave it all together like this, these smaller parts will finish cooking before your larger parts, and then you'll have a mess, okay? So you don't want that. So I'm gonna take my knife, and I'm just gonna come here, and I'm gonna go across, and then I'm gonna cut this end piece off, okay? So I'm gonna cut this end piece off, let's say about here. Go ahead and just knock that off of there. And like I said, you can still smoke it. You can still smoke it. You just want to do these different, okay? All right. Now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to make my cut across here. All right. One smooth cut. That's all you need. If you got to go back, you just follow the line. All right. So you just gonna follow. Give it a light little tug if you have to, cause that skin is, the skin on the back side is it's a little bit, keeps it together. Okay. Now the thing about the skin is, when you go to the market, you want to tell them to scale it. If it's not scaled, you want to get them to scale it. That way, the skin can crisp up. If you don't get it scaled, it won't get crispy, okay? So I'm just gonna lay that there. And now, I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna make me 4 steaks, okay? I'm gonna cut it in 4s, okay? That way, it's easier to manage, all right? So I'm gonna take it right here. That's 1. We go about here. 2. We might get about 5 out of this. I don't know. We'll see. Nope, I think it's gonna be 4 good pieces. That's 3. And then you have 4. Okay? See those? They'll all cook about the same, okay? The next thing I'm gonna do is wipe my hands off, and I'm gonna get me a little bit of oil, and I'm gonna hit it with the spray oil, and I'm gonna coat it with a little SPG. Now you've already pre-salted it, so you don't have to be extremely heavy, all right? So I'm just gonna take this, give it a little shake, and I'm gonna start on the back side, okay? So I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna start it on the back side. We're gonna hit a little SPG on this side, little light coat of spray, And then we're gonna flip it over. Like so. Now I'm gonna take my SPG and give it a nice little dusting. All right. Now that that's done, I'll pat it a little bit. Pat it lightly because you don't want to crush it down. I'm gonna pat it lightly and I'm gonna flip them over. And I'm gonna repeat the step. You can use olive oil or whatever oil you like, but you want to lightly coat it and then hit it again with the SPG. Now I always shake up my SPG a little bit so I can make sure all the stuff is mixed up real good, okay? I'm gonna start over here. And SPG is just salt, kosher salt, coarse black pepper, granulated garlic. Okay? So now that we have this done, we're gonna get it down to the smoker, and I'm gonna show you what to do to the smoker before you get your fish on, okay? Just one little step, and then you're gonna get it directly on there, all right? I'll see you back in a few seconds at the smoker, Barbecue Bourbon and Blues. All right, we're here at the smoker. I'm on the Master Built 1050 as usual, you know, for today. But you could do this on any smoker or grill. You just have to be on high heat. You want to have your grates up to about 500, 600 degrees, okay? If you have a grill, you want to set it up for two-way cooking, okay? You want the hot side and you want a cold side, okay? Now, this step here is very important, okay? You want to oil your grates where you're gonna be cooking. So I'm gonna take this, I've already oiled up my paper, and I'm just gonna rub it on here about 8 times. Like so, all right? You'll see a little smoke, don't worry about it. It's cause your grates are hot. Okay? So, all right, I got that done. Now your grates are hot. Your grates are hot. You want to get your fish right on. All right, you want to oil your grates, okay? That's what I use right there. I use a little oil on a paper towel, and you can use your hand, or you can use some tongs. You want to do it about 8 times, okay? 5 to 8 times, okay? All right, now I'm gonna get my fish on. It's salted up already. I'm going meat side down, okay? Got that little sizzle there, that's what you want. And I'm laying them at an angle because I'm gonna try and get some grill marks on these. All right? I'm gonna lay these little ones right here because they're smaller. It won't take them as long to cook. All right? I'm gonna close that down. We're gonna leave them for about 3 minutes. At the 3-minute mark, we're gonna come and check it for grill marks, okay? I'll see you back in a few minutes. Barbecue Bourbon and Blues. All right, we're back. Now, it's been 3 minutes. I'm gonna give it a little turn. Lift it up, see what I got. Give it a little twist, okay? These smaller pieces, just give them a little twist over here. All right, I'm gonna close it back down for 1 minute. You don't wanna leave it on for more than 4 minutes on the skin side, okay? After we get this last minute in, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna get the skin crispy, and it'll be ready to come off and rest, and you'll be ready to eat. I'll see you back in 1 minute. All right, 1 minute is up. We're gonna lift it, and we're gonna flip it very carefully off of the meat side, okay? Like I said, you don't want it on the meat side, but maybe 4 minutes tops, okay? So I'm gonna flip it. And as you can see, I have some good grill marks there, okay? Now we're gonna crisp up this skin a little bit. I wanna lift it with my tongs, get in here, and I'm gonna carefully flip it. Okay, like so. Now we're gonna crisp this skin up, okay? So I'm gonna put it down. We're gonna leave it for about another 2 minutes. This skin is gonna get real good and crispy. It's gonna be excellent, all right? Again, make sure you subscribe, comment, and like on the videos. If you want us to do something for you, just let us know, all right? Thank you again for tuning in to BBQ Bourbon and Blues. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, we're back at the grill. It's been 2 minutes. We're about to get this salmon off of here, okay? Your skin should be crispy. You should have some grill marks, all right? So I'm gonna lift this up. Set this here. And I'm gonna, as you can see, I have tongs and a spatula, okay? So I'm gonna take my tongs, and I'm gonna gently lift up, slide the spatula in, put it on the plate, okay? That way you don't tear it up. Here we go again, barely lift it up, slide my spatula, plate it. Slide my spatula in, get it on the plate. See those grill marks? That's what you want. All right. Now that I have all of them off, I'm just gonna let them rest. They'll continue to cook while they rest. All right. But as you can see, this is what we have right here. Okay. Now, sometimes I like using a little lemon on mine after I get them cut, after I get them cooked. That's perfectly fine. Other people like other things on it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do a little honey bourbon, a little bourbon glaze, orange bourbon glaze that you can put on here. But today, I just did it the basic way that I like it, with a little oil and SPG on here, okay? Salmon, super easy to cook. Just follow the steps down below and you'll be ready. Also, I want to give a shout out to Hood Apparel for getting me right with the aprons. His link, their link will be down below as well, okay? Thank you for tuning in to BbQ Bourbon and Blues. Make sure and subscribe, comment, and like the videos. And if you want us to do a specific protein for you, like one of the viewers did, just let us know and we'll get it done for you, all right? Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of BbQ Bourbon and Blues with the Word Brothers, or the Word Brother, because I don't know where the other one went. I guess he done passed out from working on his check all day, but we'll talk about that later, all right? I'll see you back next week with another episode of BbQ Bourbon and Blues. Thank you.